What's up, everybody? So I'm here at the Mid-America Truck Show 2024. Had to stop at this booth. It was one of the first booths I saw yesterday, and I got a chance to talk to him. And you are?
My name is Quentin Tritle.
Quentin Tritle. And what's the company name?
It's OnSpot of North America.
OnSpot in North America. So they make the chains that keep you from having to bounce out of your truck, fight the snow, fight the traffic coming by you. Instead, you sit in your cab, flip the switch, and you've gotten a chance to see what that looks like. I absolutely love this system. How long has this been going?
So we've been around for about 36 years.
36 years. So the thing has been available for 36 years?
Yeah.
Because I only saw it maybe, God, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I'd never even heard of it. Yep. So you would think it's a little more widespread and well known. Is it just like more, is it pushed more out west?
Well, it's, yeah, more out west and more out east. And then also we're in so many different locations that, like, our bread and butter is fire and rescue and then school bus and stuff like that. So over the road has been pretty consistent over the years, but we've kind of been seeing a little more of an uptick in that recently.
Now, if you're talking about things like I-95, I-81, you're not chaining up there. So is this something you could use on those interstates when chains aren't actually allowed on there?
Yeah, absolutely. We're DOT legal in all 50 states. The thing is that there's a little bit of confusion on our product is they say, well, the chains are mounted all the time. Some people take that as it's mounted on the tire all the time. It's not. It's mounted on the chassis.
Correct.
And it's only used whenever you need it by the switch.
Right.
So you're equipped all the time, and then whenever you come up to the spot where it's ice or snow or anything like that, you can turn on demand.
Okay, so different states out west will require so many axles chained up, different tires, locations. Sometimes they're staggered, sometimes they're the front, rear. So with this, obviously you're flipping the switch, but do you need all of them done, or are you just doing 3? How many are you installing on a truck to make that right?
So it's a hard question to answer just because of the different chain requirements and states, and then also it kind of depends on the officer that day who's in the chain booth and watching everything. What we are is we're considered one set of chains. So we cover the inside dual on whatever axle you would put the OnSpots on. 9 times out of 10, that's enough to get you through the chain control area, because if you have 2 sets on 2 axles, you have 4 out of 8 tires covered by chain. If it's really, really bad, sometimes they'll make you pull over and then do just the outside dual, but just doing the outside duals is way easier and way better than having to do the outside dual.
Sure.
And it's quicker, and you can get off the road, get it done, get back on the road a lot.
So the big question, what's it cost?
So it depends on the truck, the suspension, the chassis design, and all that stuff. You're looking roughly right around $3,000 per axle. That's your left and right side. That'll be all the mounting bracketry, the chain wheel, tubing, wiring, the switch, all that stuff.
So that's installed?
That is just the parts.
Oh, just the parts. Okay, all right. Okay, so $3,000 for the parts, and then what's it take to install that bad boy?
It depends on what area in the country or what area you're in. On the local shop rates, we say right around 5 to 7 hours of install time. So whatever your local shop rate is,
times 5 to 7 hours.
Exactly. But then we also do. If I tell everybody, if you can change the brakes on the truck that you're putting these on, you can install it. It's a very simple product. Most of the time, it's an adapter nut install on the bottom side of the U-bolts that hold all the suspension and all that stuff together. Put those on, torque them down, install all brackets and stuff in your truck.
Well, here's another thing with chains. When you're chaining, you usually want to use a spider. I see a lot of guys use bungees, to tighten the outside of the chains together. Then you have what they call the spider, which is a single round that's got all your bungees, so it's a single unit. I always use those. With this, obviously, you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to deal with mounting them. However, when you're using chains, if you go over 15, say 20, you're liable to start smashing them, twisting them, breaking them. Now you're in a screwed situation because you may need those again, and more likely that's not a fixing issue.
Sure.
So what about these? Do these bust like that or get caught up or hung up? Or?
No, the max speed for our system is 35 miles per hour.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And the thing is you're basically, compared to like the conventional set of chains, you're moving the chain from off the tire to our system. And so now the chains are a lot lower, and they're actually moving this way rather than this way.
Right.
So it's very uncommon, but if you do have a chain string break off of our system, it'll either simply bounce off the tire or kind of maybe hit the diff, and and then it'll just fall to the ground.
Is it hard to replace the chain?
No, there's one bolt that holds the entire chain wheel assembly on, but if your wheel and all the rubber and everything is still okay, you can take the 6 bolts off, put a new chain plate on. It's literally 5 minutes.
So it's not replacing just the one that broke. You actually have to replace the spindle that houses them all.
What we've found, if one of the strands breaks, there's usually signs that the rest of them are either getting weak or something like that.
Okay, so it takes a lot of use before that's a situation.
Yeah.
Have there been any like returns or mechanical problems or anything that it's shown over the years?
Not really. It's a very simple product. We make it out of really good steel. The chains are hardened. Everything's made in-house, so the quality control is very good. If something doesn't look right before it leaves our shop, we'll scrap it, make a new one, all that stuff.
What about warranty?
1 year part warranty.
1 year. 1 year.
Yep.
On everything, the whole system.
On everything.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
The big thing that we fight is just maintenance on it. You got to remember that it's a mechanical device. And it's underneath the truck in a really harsh environment. So exercise them every once in a while. Make sure they're greased. We've only got 1 grease point on these. The bearings inside the chain wheel are a seal bearing. You just got to make sure to keep them in good shape and just make sure that you remember that they're right there.
That's awesome, man. I got to tell you, I love these. I would love to have a set of these. I'm going to go back and run and talk to the owner and say, hey, wouldn't you like to have the only truck, probably mine, that has these, so I can tell you how great they are?
Sure.
So, at any rate, thanks so much, man. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Appreciate
Thank
the time.
you so much
Thank
to talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Bye.